Hi, happy morning everyone. Welcome to Metier YouTube channel. I hope you are all fine and doing well and all the best for your exams. Daily we are seeing about 5 important MCQ for the exam of AIIMS as well as for the JIPMER and the RRB. Okay, we'll start today's 5 important MCQ for the exam. Okay, we'll start with a small quote. Push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. Okay, so nobody there to support in the exams. So yourself, you have to do it a better way. So push yourself because nobody is going to help for you. You have to try, you have to do it. Okay, we'll start today 5 important MCQs. First question. The nurse Hassel is caring for a male client who experienced false sensory perception with no basis in reality. This perception is known as what? Okay, we all know that without any sensory perception, it is called a hallucination. Misinterpretation, that is the illusion. Don't confuse with the hallucination and illusion. There is no any sensory perception. Okay, that is hallucination. Misinterpretation, that comes under illusion. Hallucination, we know all very types are there: visual, auditory, gustatory, tactile, or olfactory perception. So many types are there in the hallucinations. Okay, what is delusion? Option B. Option B, delusion is what? It is fixed, unshakable belief. That is called a delusion. We can see it in the schizophrenia and all. Loose association is a type of derailment. So where the patient's speech and thought will change. That is loose association. Neologism is forming the new word which cannot be understood by others. Only the patient can understand what they are saying. That is neologism. Coining a new word, right? So here the correct option is hallucination. Who is experiencing a false sensory perception with no basis in reality. That means there is no stimuli. That is hallucination. Right? What is this? The patient will misinterpret this rope as a snake. That is illusion. அங்க எதுவுமே இல்லாம அதை பத்தி நம்ம பார்த்து பயப்பட்டாங்க யாரோ இருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்றது hallucination. அதுல விஷுவல், ஆடிட்டரி, கெஸ்டேட்டரி, டாக்டைல், ஆல்ஃபாக்டரி நிறைய டைப்ஸ் இருக்கு. சம்திங் இருக்கு, அதை வேற விதமா பர்சீவ் பண்றது. லைக் கயிறு இருக்கு, அதை பாம்பா கன்சிடர் பண்றது. தட் இஸ் கம்ஸ் அண்டர் illusion. Okay, with stimuli, without stimuli, you should know the difference. Next question. A female client is admitted with a diagnosis of delusion of grandeur. This diagnosis reflects a belief that one is what? Being killed, highly famous and important, responsible for the evil world, connected to the client, unrelated to oneself. So everyone knows that illusion of grandeur is what? Highly famous and important. Option B is the right option. That means patients think that they are very important. They need a center of attractivity in the group. So that they'll delusional thinks that they are a very famous personality. They are the one important in the particular function. So that is comes under delusion of grandeur or grandiosity also we can say it. What is being killed? That is delusion of persecution. Someone is going to harm you, so harm me. So the patient think that someone is going to kill me. That is called a delusion of persecutory. Okay, persecution. Option C, responsible for evil word. That is bizarre type of delusion. So now that is not possible in the day-to-day life and the reality. That is option C, that is telling bizarre delusion. What is option D? Connected to the client, unrelated to oneself. That is comes under a mood in argument. Okay, that is comes under any type of delusion. It is a mood in argument. They are not connected to the reality. Okay, they are thinking that unrelated to oneself. That is comes under mood argument, incongruent. Okay, mood incongruent. Clear? Yes. Next question. Previous question, the correct answer is highly famous and important comes under delusion of grandeur. Next question, a 20-year-old client was diagnosed with dependent personality disorder. Which behavior is mostly likely to be evidence of ineffective individual coping? So the name itself, we can rule out the correct option, dependent. Dependent personality always depend on others. So the correct option is inability to make a choice and decision without any advice. Okay, they're always depend on others, so they cannot take a decision themselves. தங்களால எந்த முடிவுமே எடுக்க முடியாது. அதனால யாராவது அவங்களுக்காக ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவாங்களா, யாராவது அந்த டிசிஷனை கரெக்டா பண்ணுவாங்களானே இருப்பாங்க. So those kind of people comes under dependent personality disorder. Okay, what is option A? Recurrent self-destructive behavior. That is bipolar. No bipolar. It is self-destructive comes under. Okay, leave it. Okay, avoiding relationship. Avoiding relationship, its name itself, we can see it as avoidant personality. Showing interest in the solitary activity is a schizotypal. Solitary, yes, you can remember like that. Yes, yes. Solitary activity is schizophrenia. Avoiding relationship, avoidant personality. Inability to make a choice, that is comes under dependent personality. Okay. Yes, recurrent self-destructive comes under borderline personality disorder. Option A is related to borderline personal disorder. Okay. So according to this question, correct option is D. Next question. The nurse Claire is caring for a client diagnosed with bulimia. The most appropriate initial goal for a client diagnosed with bulimia is what? Encourage to avoid foods, identify the anxiety causing situation, eat only 3 meals a day, avoiding shopping plenty of groceries. So what is bulimia? Everyone knows that. So whatever the things they want to eat, they will eat, and then voluntarily they will induce the vomiting. So those conditions called bulimia. So nothing they are eating, that is comes under anorexia nervosa. Okay. So what is the correct appropriate diagnosis with this bulimia? So we as a nurse, we have to identify the anxiety causing situation. So bulimia comes under a eating disorder. Why this bulimia is happening? They think that anxious regarding their become fat. So they want to induce the vomiting, whatever they have eaten, they will induce self-induced vomiting, they will undergoes. So the vomiting will be very severe. So those comes under bulimia disorder. So we want to identify what is the anxiety causing this situation for the particular client. We have to see it. Okay, that is the main initial goal for a nurse. Next question. A neuromuscular blocking agent is administered to the client before ECT therapy. The nurse should carefully observe the client for what? So during ECT, we will administer what? Neuromuscular blocking agents, succinylcholine. So as a nurse, what you should observe carefully, so that leads to the respiratory difficulties. Sorry, it's a respiratory difficulties. Okay. So why? Because the succinylcholine leads to respiratory depression. Okay, it inhibits the contraction of the respiratory muscles that leads to respiratory depression. So we have to monitor the respiratory difficulties first initially. Nausea and vomiting, dizziness are post-ECT not complication, expected side effects of the ECT. Seizures will be happening during the ECT. That is what we stimulate the seizure in the ECT. So as a nurse, the main related to this question, while giving the neuromuscular blocking agent, we have to observe for the respiratory difficulties. Yes? Okay. That's all about today's session. I hope these psychiatric questions are helpful for your exams. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you all and all the best.